Hello, hello. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right. So, Aries, we're going to go ahead and jump on into a story that I do about once a quarter, where I just do a check in and say, so what is it right now? What's the quality of our character that is making them really attractive? What are the traits that they're displaying right now, likely unbeknownst to themselves, that are making people go, and then I kind of wanted to look at what's the overall kind of like luxurious energy. What are the positive things? We're not focusing on obstacles this time. We're focusing on kind of like what's the beneficial energy that is coming in, or the energy that's making life better for a character. Lots of times we focus on obstacles. Once a quarter, I like to look at the positive aspect. So first off, what is making this Aries attractive to others? Well, we got busy little squirrel over here. This is a Four of Pentacles. This is an Aries who is obviously stacking up their money, honey. They could be somebody who's starting to come across as like a person of influence, a person of means. It doesn't have to be money per se. It could be somebody that others notice, wow, you work really hard, and it's starting to show up, like this Aries is able to afford nicer things, or this Aries is like a really hard worker and they're gaining respect. Sometimes it's not about tangible stuff that we're accruing, but rather the more we gather stuff and we hold on to things that are important. This could be a really brilliant Aries that's got a mind like a trap, and they're gaining some respect from their peers, because it's like, God, how do you remember that? This can also be somebody who exhibits a lot of self-control, and that can also be very sexy, especially if there's a high stress situation. And Aries knows how to conduct themselves well, because this is holding back and holding on. This is accumulating things, but it's doing it in a way where it's like, I'm not letting anybody else get under my skin. Nope, I'm just going to do what I need to do. That is always attractive. Somebody who has self-control, it's a very attractive thing, because it comes across as so strong, so powerful. Whether this is masculine or feminine, this Aries comes across as somebody who's they got it dialed in. We also have a Five of Wands. This is someone who could literally be what I had in my mind just now, so I'll just go ahead and say it, is a character who is like taking a martial arts class, and they keep going to the mat again and again to learn how to perfect a technique. A Five of Wands is where we do struggle, but we struggle almost for the excitement of testing our powers against something equally matched or better than we are at something, for the purpose of learning that skill. Let me go again. Okay, you bested me one more time. Let me go again. No, I can get it right this time. There's this tenacity to our Aries. This character could care less. It's not about winning, it's about gaining, if that makes sense. I want to gain skills, and I can't do that by playing it safe. I can't do it by being scared to fail. So I'm going to go at it again. Maybe I'll fail a couple of times. That's okay. I'm down with that. So what if I fail? There's nothing to be ashamed of. We also have a Four of Swords coupled with the Five of Swords. Boy, and this is an unusual message to say, but the other thing making Aries really sexy to somebody right now is that they can look at somebody and give them the ice. And what I mean by that is, I know how to tell somebody, you back up, you don't come toward me, simply by, they know when to hold their tongue, they know when to be completely silent, and they know with one flick of like the eyebrow raise, someone has observed this Aries put somebody in their place with nothing more than, okay, let me go to the animal kingdom to describe this, because I think it's really obvious. If you've ever seen a very clear alpha dog put another dog in its place, and who, they might have come running up and they're all frothing at the mouth at barking, and the alpha dog takes one look at them, and sometimes they don't even move. Sometimes they literally look at the other dog, and you see that ruff on the back of their neck go up, and the dog who came in ready to tumble, ready to rustle, they they like do the head bow, and you see who won that round. And the alpha never made a move, didn't bark, didn't do anything. But there's something about the energy that says, come on now, you don't really want to tangle with me. Um, that's the vibe on the Aries. They don't do it with mean, they don't do it with fighting, they don't do it with nasty. They have an energy of don't don't F with me. Like I this is the second time in a row I've almost cussed. I'm feeling like we have some very powerful, spicy vibes in these stories tonight. It's kind of interesting how that alpha energy, whether it's alpha female or alpha male, I this all feels like a very controlled character who is they're sure that they're an alpha, and anyone who doubts it figures it out real quick. And it's not because this character struts around, I'm an alpha, everybody listen to me. That is so not this character. This character is cool as a cucumber. We've got a 10 of wands in the reverse. Oh, excuse me. Yes, in the reverse. Sorry, sometimes this card confuses me because like how the hanged man we see in like a reverse image, but it's upright. Sometimes that's how I think of this one, and it's not. This would be upright. 10 of wands in the reverse. This Aries has let struggles, stress, and difficulties roll off their back. This is not a situation where the Aries is spending any time. I think this is a real confidence in how they look. This Aries, once they put on clothes, they never think about their looks again. That throughout their day, they're not somebody who's preening. They're not somebody, if they've got wrinkles, they're like, yeah, what of? So I've got wrinkles. That's me. That's my face. They embrace whatever age they are. This character comes across as super youthful, and I'm going to say that their natural beauty, in particular for this Aries, whether they're masculine or feminine, like if they're a male, they could actually have like really like maybe even more weathered, like ruggedly attractive looks. They could be somebody where that is like they're so much hotter because they have like a rougher look to them or something. This could be somebody with some scars they've got, and it's like, yeah, that's like my personal grooming is because you want to stay clean and healthy, but beyond that, I could care less what I look like. That's not where my power comes from. It's not in me, wanting perfect teeth and perfect hair. Not saying there's anything wrong with that, but just saying this character is so much hotter and sexier because they are just wearing themselves really, really well. There is an unconcerned, almost like all that other stuff is beneath me. I could care less about what I look like. That is what's making them so freaking sexy. Same thing, a feminine who has just, they may not wear a stitch of makeup. Wish that was me, but no, I've got makeup on right now. But they could care less. They could care less. That does not burden them. They're like, I've been through so much life at this point. If you really think that whether or not I'm an attractive person is based off of my mascara, trust me, baby, you ain't real enough for me. Like that's kind of the attitude of this character, and that's coming across very sexy. We have a 3 of wands in the reverse. This Aries is waiting for no past person to return. We have the moon, and we've got this 9 of wands in the reverse. This is not a wounded warrior. This is somebody who does kind of keep to themselves just a little bit, but they're looking for their fellow alpha. There is an element to them. Someone's like power animal could be in the canine family, maybe wolf or dog, but their power in general is something that they, even though they never walk around and try to display it, they display it all the time. What they're looking for, who they're looking for. I keep feeling like this character, whether masculine or feminine, they have a very animal vibe to them where it's like when they smell the person that they want, it's game on. But in no way, shape, or form will they be afraid to show that once they spot it. Probably nobody other than that person they're attracted to is going to know it about them, though. So that element of kind of there is a mystery here, even though once it's game on, they make their intentions very plain, but they don't show it to everybody else. And I feel like this character is very unburdened. I feel like this Aries is probably a bit of a wildcat when it comes to intimacy when they choose, the person that they want. But nobody necessarily knows anything about their private life. They definitely don't go out and, broadcast it. So all that is making them very attractive. So what does that mean as far as the other aspects of their life and what's going on around them? 10 of Cups. I just did a Libra video and they had a 10 of Cups in this second half of the storytelling as well, which I think is interesting. We've got like turns of fortune right now that are coming up. We've got a High Priestess as well. Almost like this reminds me of the Libra storytelling in some respects, where we've got a very like characters who've hit the edge of caring, and they're just like, it doesn't matter to me what the rest of the world is doing. What matters is that I live according to my truth. And that is the time that real happiness is entering the life for these people. At least if I'm judging off of the storyline that we got for Libra and then for Aries. It comes across like characters that have reached a turning point in their lives where it no longer matters if other people approve of their choices. They're more attuned to who they truly are and maybe living more of a truthful existence for themselves. And that might be why we have more happiness coming in and intuition that is like getting flipped on, that's off the charts. We could have a Pisces or a Cancerian or a Virgo vibe that is being drawn to this Aries at this point. Could be somebody, when I said it's like when they spot the person that is their fellow alpha, they'll know it. Well, yeah, a High Priestess would know it too. I feel like there's going to be some kind of like light switch that gets turned on for both of them. I feel like these two could have a very intense conversation without ever speaking words. This could be two people that spot each other in a business meeting, and it's like they knew from the moment they walked in the room that person's presence, Aries' presence or this High Priestess's presence in the room is like, oh, it's you. Like I can smell you from across the room. I already know you're that pheromone is going to lead me right to you. Like you're the person I'm going to be cuddled up next to. You're the person. It's weird because I don't usually say this in stories because I don't usually have this happen, but this is a storyline where I've been kind of chuckling throughout it because it's like super intense, but also super like unabashed and comfortable. But in this story, it's almost like there is a sensation, like these two could imagine like what it will feel like to hug one another before they ever touch. It feels like a sensation. Like I already know that you're going to be the perfect height to hug. It's going to melt. We're going to feel like we fit together like puzzle pieces. I already can sense it before I even approach you because your energy fits me like a glove already. That's how this comes across. Very different one. I'm so enjoying this. And we have a star. There's so much wish fulfillment coming in for this Aries at this point. This is wishes that are maybe have seemed to be far away. And I have to say, even though we've described a character who's been pretty much unconcerned with what people think of them, unconcerned with what they look like, but knowing full well that their alpha mate is somewhere out there. And I feel like this is a story of somebody that is, at last, their alpha mate is showing up. And I really think it's because they're not forcing it. They're not out actively. Like I would be stunned if this character were out there on a dating site trying to, say, oh, it's a numbers game. You just got to date, 100 people. And at some point, one of those 100 will be a pretty good fit. No, this character is super intense, but they're saying, I'm intense, but I'm also raw enough to know that my instinct will pull me toward the person that clicks with me at that deeper level. It will be my wish fulfillment and is not so far away after all, because ultimately the star is also our innermost compass. And this is a character who is simply living according to their innermost compass, and that is bringing them to a lot of fulfillment in their life. Very interesting. This is not really something that's magically happening for this character. It's they who are so raw right now and so attuned to their innermost self that it is kind of like a radical trust that I'll end up right where I'm supposed to be because I'm doing everything I'm supposed to. If I don't like somebody, trust me, they know it. I'm not pretending to be nice. If I don't like them, I don't like them. They'll know not to approach me. On the other hand, it's equally true that if I spot this person and I know that they're my person, they'll know that also. This comes across as a character who's just completely sure that they'll know it when they see it. Friend or foe, lover or enemy, they'll know it when they see it. And that's it. That's all there is to it. It's very simple in one respect, but it's very raw. Okay, I'm going to leave that one there. Whew, that was spicy. All right, you guys. I'll see you all in the next ones. I think we're going to Scorpio and Gemini, and I'll still try to squeeze in at least one more tonight. I might be delayed in videos tomorrow because I got a root canal. Yay. I just don't know how I'm going to feel afterwards or how long I'll be numb, but it hurts right now. So I'll be glad to finally get it done. All right, you guys, take care. Lots of love. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing if you enjoy the Aries videos and want to see more of them. Bye.